I want to welcome everybody to the Q&A session. This is the first that you'll see of Q&A sessions by me, which I've done these Q&A sessions before. So it's not nothing new or not nothing difficult, but it's just you get to know me better. And I want to be able to help somebody. I want to be able to get to know the people better. So we're going to get right down to it. And it's just going to be a few questions, but they're impactful and they're good. So let's get right down to it. What made you decide to go to What made you decide to get into the music industry? What made me decide, first of all, was one of the reasons why is the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I wanted to see people get impacted by music. I wanted to bring old hip hop music back to where it needs to be. And nowadays, hip hop and rap music is trap music. And which a lot of people don't understand where trap and rap music come from. It comes from the streets, it comes from the house, it comes from the projects. Way before we went and hit televisions and hit schools and everywhere else. And so the background of hip hop basically just comes from the streets. But the main reason why that I got into the music industry is because of McKinley Dunson. McKinley Dunson was supposed to be the next biggest rapper in Kentucky. He was going to be on his way to sign with a major record label before his tragic accident in June of 2011 when he tragically died. But, McKinley Dunson, he mentored me at the time, and if it wasn't for him, I would not be in this position today. So I thank you, McKinley, for just taking me into your wing and just mentoring me as a brother. And I'll never forget you, my brother. What would you say makes a happy life? To me, what makes a happy life is the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. When you've accepted the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ into your life, that makes a happy life because even though you go through troubles and trials and tribulations, even though you make mistakes in life, you always have that man that will have your back. You will always have that one man that will say, hey, I'm with you no matter what happens. And even though you ain't got no money, even though you ain't got no friends, even though you ain't got nobody to be around, Jesus is the best friend and the best thing that will happen to you. But like I said, if you don't have Jesus in your life, then what makes a happy life is just being real and being yourself. You can't be fake, you can't be phony, you have to be real. And a lot of people appreciate real, and to me, being real makes a happy life. Now, before I get to these last two questions, let me just say a quick shout out to Shauna Fields and Lisa Walters. Shauna Fields, I remember her working at Food City back a couple years ago, so shout outs to you, Shauna, wherever you're at. And Lisa Walters, last time I talked to her, it was like at the Club 180. That's been like years ago. I see her every now and then. Don't really get to talk to her much. But shout outs to you, Lisa Walters, wherever you're at. And this leads me to the next question. What did you go to college for? I went to college to be a radio and news broadcaster. I went to college to be a worldwide announcer at ball games, at events like singing events, pageants, cookouts, just anything that's an event. That's what I went to college for, was to announce it and to broadcast the event. And finally, the last question of the day. What are your goals in life? My goals in life are, I have three particular goals. Goal number one is to make an impact in music and go global, go worldwide in music. I always put that term in. We going global. I always put that term in. Got to make an impact. And without making an impact and without going global, it's so hard to get recognition. It's so hard to get recognition. And number two is to be in heaven with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ one day, and to make it in heaven. And basically just to stay out of sin and stay out of bad people and bad negative influences. Just stay out of the way of those and just stay good and work my way and put my way up to heaven. And the only way you can go to heaven is to accept the Lord and Savior Jesus in your life. You can't go through tumbling blocks and stones. You have to accept the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in order to go to heaven. Because if not, you will really struggle. And finally, goal number three is to be with my Miss Amazing one day and to walk down the aisle with her. Because let me tell you something, whenever me and Miss Amazing walk down that aisle, it's going to be the greatest day ever. And nobody will ever forget that day, because Mr. Blazin and Mr. Blazin will definitely be the couple, and everybody be saying, yep, that's Mr. Blazin and Miss Amazing. Well, I hope this helps you all in a little bit with what my life is, at least for a start, what it is. Because next time we do a Q&A session, it's going to be a lot better, probably a whole lot more questions. But it's just a short Q&A session just to get started. So next time, just submit me your questions and I'll answer them. And until next time, I'm Poncho Blazin ATM, the Impact Player, the Hip Hop Preacher. And it's good talking to you all, and it's good that you all are knowing me more. So we'll see you all later. Adios. We'll see you.